Located in North Northamptonshire, Finedon is a small rural town with a population of around 4,500 and standing on its western edge since 1350 is the Parish Church.
Welcome to St Mary the Virgin, Finedon.
We have a very active church community with various groups and committees meeting throughout the week, as well as organising events throughout the year. Our 2023 Flower Festival, themed around festivals, raised over £2,800 for the church funds. And December's Christmas Tree Festival, which saw the church filled with trees decorated with various Christmas stories, raised a further £1,600.
Our active PCC is made up of a range of individuals from within the church community, as well as a dedicated team of volunteers who keep the church ticking over, from a clockwinder to the gardening team, sides men and women, choir, service and readers.
Children are involved weekly in the church as acolytes or can take part in activities within the church during the service. Every month, St Mary's hosts a family activity day which sees families from the wider community come and take part in crafts themed around the liturgical year. In addition to this, each month a group of crafters come together on a Saturday morning for a social cuppa and craft projects, some of which are used for our craft stall.
The local infants and junior school have a service at least once a term in the church, filling the building with energy. It is lovely to see how excited they are coming into church. St Mary's lead regular assemblies at the junior school, which is a Church of England school, and members of the church also form part of the governing body. We also have a close relationship with the independent Wesleyan chapel within the town, hosting shared fundraisers and special services where the two congregations can come together as one larger community. Our Harvest Faith Supper, which we hosted with the chapel, was a wonderful evening, with everyone bringing various cakes and dishes to share before a short informal service.
There is a strong musical tradition, with the choir robing up each Sunday for our 9:30 Eucharist and leading the congregation in good voice in sung services. St Mary's is one of a few churches in the deanery still to host a monthly evensong on the first Sunday of the month, where our dedicated choir are joined by visiting singers from across the diocese and further afield for the services.
This is an absolutely stunning church here at Finedon, the Church of St Mary the Virgin. It was built in about 1350 and it's in the decorated style. As I'm sitting here looking around at the windows, that's easy to tell. It was originally owned by Croxton Abbey in Leicestershire. Now, Croxton was not a wealthy abbey. It owned about 8 churches, but apparently the tithes from Finedon were worth some money, which may explain why this church is such a large building, especially for a small village like Finedon. One of the most outstanding features of the church is the strainer arch, which was built in about 1400 at the same time as the clerestory. The reason why we have it is that it stops the walls falling in on themselves because it's such a lofty building. On the West Gallery we have a magnificent organ which originally came from St George's Chapel, Windsor. It's now believed to be a Father Smith organ, which was built in about 1717 and brought here by a former vicar who had been one of the clergy at St George's Chapel. This beautiful font dates from about 1100 and it's Norman. And the church itself was built in the 14th century. However, we do know that there were rectors here somewhere round about the early 1200s, which is the 13th century. So this suggests that there was an earlier church on this site, which may have been a Norman church, but could also have been an Anglo-Saxon church with a Norman font in it. It's beautifully engraved, but these have all been partially destroyed as a result of the Commonwealth, when Cromwell's men were despoiling our churches. And in fact, it finished up in a field as a cattle trough. Fortunately for us, it was found in about 1849 and brought back into the church and reconsecrated.
Our church has such a strong sense of community.
And with a congregation who are keen to discover the next step on their faith journey.
We look forward to welcoming you to St Mary's.